It's Week 13, and we've got an AFC West showdown. Kansas City's looking to make it 12 straight wins over Denver. Can the Broncos snap the streak? Find out next.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
On second down, Gordon once more. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that out. one-dimensional or stick something to him between the second and the third level.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Patrick Mahomes now in his 5th season with the Chiefs, ready to bring out this high-powered Kansas City offense for the first time.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw with Mahomes.
He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
From the 41, Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, but now it'll be 3rd down.
By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
Edwards-Helaire on the counter.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Someone's looking fresh, and his own line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So the defensive front holding strong there on 4th and inches.
And how about the battle of big people up front? That turned into a leverage game, didn't it? Defensive linemen, they won it. Lower than the offensive guys, pushed them back, knifed through, and made a great play.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. It was Armani Watts who got him down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Short little throw to Ebron. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw, Bridgewater. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Gordon, nifty move, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season, and Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the 1st round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run the football.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Broncos are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Bridgewater now. Finding his big receiver Patrick over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tim Patrick, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. 2nd and 2. On the counter, here's Gordon. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. 3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. Ebron caught left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Bridgewater. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's got some space here. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Flush to his right.
He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire.
7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up second down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Mahomes going to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 33. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Come on, come on. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike, 45 to Mike. Let's go one more.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Escaping the pressure right. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First down, Broncos.
So we have reached halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
The final adjustments taking place here for both of these squads. They're about ready for the second half in Kansas City. And for the call, we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flush to his right. Man open is Robinson. Sheds off the tackle. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the run. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Edwards-Helaire. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, Edwards-Helaire. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it will tie our game here in the third. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And this will come out to the 25 as Handler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
47 yards on the ground for him so far. Working with a 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 30. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your play? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. From midfield, here's Mahomes. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. We're back now in KC. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 32. 69 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on third down? Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And now much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Working from the gun, Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A good decision in the end. The pull and run gets him 9 yards and a first. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. This is Gordon as they go to him again. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Chris Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Mahomes now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Dance. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. 2 two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
To throw again on second down, Bridgewater. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Bridgewater. And Gordon's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now a throw here to his running back. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all three timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it. The Broncos say they have it. They do. He has been a workhorse for them. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it? Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Mahomes to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle